Yeah, this whole debt collector thing, I think, is fascinating. Shane, who is the legal expert here, informed me that I missed one step. Basically, they notify that they're filing with the court to try and get their money from you, and then if you fail to appear, they get a summary judgment against you. That's not enough to get you thrown in jail. Then they go to court to get your money, and you have to come in and testify as to what and where your assets are. And that actually is a subpoena from the court. And if you fail to appear for that, now you're in contempt of court, and they throw your butt in jail. And for many people, they're just absolutely unaware that this is even what's going on. And in some cases, these debt collection companies do this in ways, and you know, some of these debtors are people who just recently got thrown out of their house. Their address isn't correct. They have a hard time getting their mail. A lot of people who are, you know, I mean, we've got millions of people since the banksters, since the big banks in America, you know, stole trillions of dollars from us at the end of the Bush administration, and Bush bailed them out with 2 tarps and a stimulus, and the Fed bailed them out with trillions of dollars, and then Obama bailed them out one more time. Since this happened, none of the homeowners got bailed out, and so we have literally millions of Americans who have lost their homes and are in debt, and their addresses are not the same as the addresses that the debt collectors have, and so these court processes are grinding along, and these people, you know, there's an arrest warrant out for them, and they don't even know it until they get stopped for a speeding ticket or something, and suddenly they're in jail, and they're broke. They can't get out. I mean, this is literally happening all over the United States. For example, there was a study published last year that found that just in the state of New York, there were 200,000 of these kind of cases filed just in 2011. Income from legal collections, in other words, the amount of money that the debt collection industry is making. This is the profit that they're making. So they're, you know, in some cases they're buying debt pennies on the dollar. The bank will say, this guy owes me $100,000, and the debt collector will say, well, we'll buy that for $10,000 and we'll get whatever we can get. And then they'll find you and they'll settle with you for 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 or even 100. They'll get whatever they can. Or they'll buy the debt from your doctor's office or from the hospital, you know, $700 debt or a $300 debt, and they'll try and they'll pay $10 for it. And then they'll try to squeeze 50 or 60 out of you. And you have no idea. You know, you think that you actually owe the entire amount. You don't know that the debt has been sold at a discount. This is how this industry works. So the profit that the industry showed went, in 2009, it was $582 million. In 2012, it was over $1 billion. This is according to a recent report by the Center for Responsible Lending, a research group that looks at predatory lending practices. And there was a study done in Maryland in 2010 that found, which looked at thousands of cases, that found that fewer than 2 in 10 borrowers who were served, in other words, who were told you've got to come to court, actually showed up, actually responded to the summons. Now, there are, A, it could be that they didn't understand what the service meant. B, it could be that they thought that they had paid the debt off or it was an irrelevant debt. C, it could be that they're just broke, why bother? D, it could be that the company that served them actually lied about having served them. All of these things happen. So we have debtors' prisons in the United States.